Major funding for NJN News is provided by the Horizon Foundation for New Jersey, promoting health, well-being, and quality of life in New Jersey's communities. BuildUnion.net, New Jersey's union construction network. New Jersey manufacturers, auto insurance, and more. For New Jersey Business and Industry Association members and their employees. And by the New Jersey Association of Realtors. The real story on real estate is at realstorynj.com.
The Children and Families Commissioner defends the administration's decision to close 18 schools for special needs students. About 100 Monmouth County employees are losing their jobs in a cost-cutting move. The sole survivor of that deadly boat sinking off Cape May testifies what happened that day. More layoffs at Atlantic City's casinos. And thanks to federal money, more restoration work will get underway at Ellis Island. You're watching NJN News for Tuesday, May 5th. The future of regional schools for the disabled was the focus of today's Assembly budget hearing. The Department of Children and Families Commissioner testified before the committee, supporting the administration's plans to close 18 special needs schools to save money. State House correspondent Zachary Fink is at the Capitol in Trenton now with more. Zach.
Well, Ken, a lot of angry parents who feel as though their children with special needs are being taken out of a system that currently works, these regional schools, and put into a system that is at best untested, the public school system. Now, the state counters that not only can they handle them and that it will save money, but that they're currently looking after 7,000 children with special needs, and they can take these additional students. Nevertheless, this issue dominated today's hearing. By the start of the new school year, 18 regional schools currently operated by the Department of Children and Families are expected to shut their doors. That will leave 560 students, some with severe disabilities, others with behavioral issues, to be absorbed by the public school system. And some of the parents are questioning whether local school districts are prepared to handle it. Jocelyn Reyes has a disabled son named Jonathan who attends Essex Campus Regional School.
These schools have been in place for 30 years. I mean, it's going to take these pilot substandard programs that they're trying to now create around our children. It's going to take them 30 years to be where regional day is now, where regional school is now. Why are they going to fix something that isn't broke? It doesn't make any sense. It's going to end up costing more money.
The issue was brought up at today's budget hearing where DCF Commissioner Kimberly Ricketts faced legislators over her department's budget.
For so many years, as you stated, this was part of the core mission of your department. What changed?
Enrollment continues to decline in our schools. And I would also like to point out that in the past, years ago, the public sector perhaps did not have the capacity to provide appropriate and quality services. They now do have that capacity.
I felt that there was a big disconnect between the department turning these students over to the Department of Education. I was not satisfied that the DOE has the ability or even the money available to support these students coming into the school districts.
The total savings from the switch to public schools is expected to be $4 million in the state budget.
This is actually the next step in an evolution that was actually started in the late 1990s, where we actually had over 1,200 students in our state-run schools with severe disabilities. Today, we actually have 248 students in our 18 schools with severe disabilities.
In other State House news, the nonpartisan Office of Legislative Services released new revenue figures for this year's budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th. According to the estimate, New Jersey is $1.2 billion short of projected revenues. That is once again a big number. And here is Joe Malone, the budget officer, Republican Assemblyman.
Well, we basically had made some requests of the Office of Legislative Services to give us a snapshot of where we are currently. There's more information to come in the next few weeks. It probably won't be better. It'll probably be worse. And I think now is the time for reasonable people to sit down and start to say, what can we do?
We have a series of ideas that we will fit into the results that we come to our conclusions on what the revenues have declined.
And that was Governor Corzine, who was asked about it earlier today before OLS released these figures to the Republicans who had asked specific questions. The reason for this, revenues have come in, tax returns from April 15th, and they are 40% below expectations. However, the administration has not given final numbers yet. They're waiting until the treasurer makes his presentation to the Assembly on May 19th. I'm Zachary Fink. That is the latest from here. Ken, back to you.
Thanks for that report, Zach. Hard times continue to take a toll on county governments. About 100 Monmouth County employees have been laid off. But as Derry Mendel reports, unions are vowing to fight the move.
Monmouth County officials say they laid off employees because they had a $7.2 million deficit. Back in January, the county offered the unions a wage freeze to save jobs, but it was not accepted.
We thought it was a legitimate and reasonable proposal to them to say, keep your membership's jobs, as opposed to having them lose their jobs in an economy that in the state of New Jersey is seeing between 8 and 9% unemployment as of last month.
The Sheriff's Department was one of the hardest hit.